Here's a question that should keep every executive up at night. If AI is supposedly transforming everything, why are so many organizations still fumbling around like they're trying to program a VCR? Plot twist. I just told you part of the answer. If you caught that VCR reference and didn't have to Google it, congratulations. You might just be the secret weapon your organization needs right now. Welcome to Unlock, Empower, Transform. I'm Che Blackmon, and today we're talking about why Generation X, yes, us, the so-called forgotten generation, is uniquely positioned to lead the AI revolution. And I'm going to give you a framework to assess whether your organization is actually ready for AI or just pretending to be. So let's address the elephant in the room. Everyone's obsessing over Millennials and Gen Z when it comes to technology adoption. Makes sense on the surface, right? They're digital natives. They were born swiping screens. But here's what that narrative misses completely. Digital natives have never known anything different. They can't translate between analog and digital worlds because they've only lived in one. Gen X, we're bilingual. We type term papers on typewriters and learn to code. We researched in actual libraries and mastered Google. We built careers through handshake networking and LinkedIn. We survived dial-up internet, and let me tell you, if you can wait 4 minutes for a web page to load, you have patience that Gen Z will never understand. This isn't nostalgia talking. This is strategic advantage. And in my 20-plus years of leading HR transformation across manufacturing, automotive, and healthcare sectors, I've watched every revolutionary technology that was supposed to replace human workers. Spoiler alert, we're still here. And we learn something valuable each time: how to make technology work for us, not against us. That's the exact skill set AI transformation requires. And I discuss this extensively in my book, High Value Leadership: Transforming Organizations Through Purposeful Culture. Transformation isn't about the technology. It's about the people navigating it. And no one navigates technological change like someone who's done it, about 15 times. Let's break down exactly why Gen X's analog to digital journey creates unique AI adoption advantages. First, pattern recognition. We've seen enough tech promises fail to be appropriately skeptical, but we've also seen enough succeed to stay strategically curious. That balance, that's exactly what organizations need right now. You need leaders who won't fall for every shiny new AI tool, but who also won't dismiss genuine innovation out of fear. Second, translation skills. We speak fluent boomer. We understand the value of relationship building, institutional knowledge, and proven processes. We also speak fluent millennial and Gen Z. We get the need for flexibility, technological innovation, and work-life integration. When it comes to AI transformation, this translation ability is gold. You need leaders who can help veteran employees understand that AI isn't replacing them while also pushing for genuine innovation. Third, change resilience. We entered the workforce during recessions. We watched our parents get laid off despite decades of loyalty. We learned early that change is constant and adaptability is survival. That mindset is exactly what AI adoption requires: the ability to pivot without panic. And fourth, and this is the one nobody talks about, we understand both human needs and tech capabilities. The most successful AI transformations aren't led by the youngest or the most tech-savvy. They're led by people who can balance innovation with humanity, who can see AI as a tool, not a replacement, who can build cultures where technology amplifies human value rather than diminishing it. That's high-value leadership in action. Now let's get practical, because talking about AI readiness is one thing, actually assessing it is another. I've developed what I call the CBC AI Culture Readiness Assessment, and I'm going to give you a preview of the 5 key areas you need to evaluate. Grab a pen or open your notes app, I won't judge. Area 1, leadership commitment and vision. Here's the question: does your C-suite actually champion AI, or is it viewed as its thing? Because if AI discussions aren't happening at the board level, you've got a problem. If there's no cross-functional AI steering committee, you've got a problem. If your budget treats AI as an expense rather than a strategic investment, you've got a problem. The green light? When leaders model AI adoption themselves, when investment matches the strategic priority they claim AI represents, that's when you know it's real. Area 2, cultural readiness for change. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. I say this all the time, and it's especially true with AI. You need to assess your organization's innovation appetite, risk tolerance, and learning orientation. What are the cultural barriers? Fear-based resistance. AI will take our jobs. Perfectionism paralysis. We need 100% accuracy before we try anything. Siloed thinking. That's not my department. Status quo bias. We've always done it this way. What are the enablers? A growth mindset. AI helps us do more. An experimental approach. Let's pilot and learn. A collaborative spirit. AI benefits everyone. And a future focus. We must evolve to thrive. Area 3, technical infrastructure. This is where a lot of organizations think they're ready when they're absolutely not. You need to honestly evaluate your data quality and accessibility, your cloud computing capacity, your integration capabilities, and your security frameworks. If your data is siloed and inconsistent, you're not ready. If you're still primarily on-premise with manual processes, you're not ready. AI is only as good as the data it learns from and the systems it connects to. Area 4, talent and skills development. Here's a stat that should concern you. Only about 37% of workers feel prepared for AI. That's less than 4 out of 10 people, and roughly 62% of managers can't effectively evaluate AI output. That's a massive gap. Your talent strategy needs to include assessing current skills, designing inclusive training across all generations and learning styles, and creating clear advancement paths. Because here's what I've seen in practice. The organizations that succeed at AI transformation aren't those with the biggest AI budgets. They're those that invest in their people alongside the technology. Area 5, ethical AI and governance. This is the one most organizations skip, and it's the one that will bite you. You need frameworks for bias detection and mitigation, privacy protection, transparency requirements, and accountability. Here's the equity imperative. AI systems trained on biased data perpetuate discrimination. Without diverse teams building and auditing AI, you risk automating inequality at scale. That's not just a PR problem, that's a values problem. And high-value leaders don't build organizations that automate bias. All right, let's put this into action. I want you to do a quick self-assessment right now. I call it the AI Leadership Pulse Check. It takes 60 seconds, and it will tell you exactly where to focus. For each statement, rate yourself 1 to 5. 1 means completely false. 5 means absolutely true. Statement 1, I can explain what AI does well and what it doesn't do well to someone on my team. Statement 2, I've personally experimented with at least 2 AI tools in the past month. Statement 3, I know exactly how AI could eliminate the most tedious parts of my team's work. Statement 4, my team feels safe discussing both AI wins and AI failures openly. Statement 5, I can identify at least one potential bias risk in how AI might affect my organization. Add up your score. If you scored 20 to 25, you're in strong position to lead AI transformation. Keep building those capabilities and start mentoring others. If you scored 14 to 19, you've got solid foundations but specific gaps. Look at which statements got your lowest scores. That's your development priority. If you scored below 14, you need accelerated development before your organization leaves you behind. And I say that with love, but also with urgency. Here's the good news. Whatever your score, you have that GenX advantage we talked about. You've learned new technologies before. You've navigated change before. You've pivoted before. This is just the next evolution, and you were literally built for it. Now, I want to connect this to something crucial. resilience. Because AI transformation isn't a one-time project, it's an ongoing journey that requires sustainable energy and adaptable strategies. In my Shield Resilience Strategy Guide, which is free by the way, and I'll tell you how to get it in a moment, I talk about the 6 elements of building sustainable resilience, and 3 of them directly connect to AI leadership: self-awareness, knowing your triggers and responses. When it comes to AI, this means recognizing your own tech anxiety patterns. Do you resist new tools out of genuine concern or out of discomfort with change? That self awareness determines whether you lead transformation or get dragged by it. Learning orientation, extracting wisdom from challenges. Every AI implementation has hiccups. Every new technology has a learning curve. The question isn't whether you'll face setbacks, it's whether you'll mine those setbacks for strategic intelligence. External support, creating robust support systems. AI transformation is not a solo sport. You need sponsors, mentors, peer allies, and cross-generational partnerships. Build your coalition before you need it. The guide walks you through building each of these elements plus 3 more: healthy coping, internal resources, and daily practices. Because leading AI transformation while maintaining your well-being and effectiveness, that requires intentional strategy. Speaking of intentional strategy, if today's content resonated with you, I want you to know that this is just the surface. In my upcoming High Value Leadership Intensive, we go deep into building cultures that don't just survive transformation, but drive it. We cover how to assess your organization's complete AI readiness, not just the 5 areas I mentioned today, but the full framework with diagnostic tools. We develop implementation roadmaps tailored to your specific industry and challenges. We work on building the psychological safety that makes innovation possible, and we create accountability systems that turn good intentions into measurable results. The intensive is designed specifically for leaders like us, experienced professionals who know that lasting transformation requires more than a checklist. It requires culture change, it requires high-value leadership. Details are coming soon. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the announcement. Let's wrap this up with what I want you to take away. Gen X, we weren't forgotten. We were being prepared. Every technology transition we survived, every workplace disruption we navigated, every time we had to translate between generations, it was all training for this moment. The AI revolution doesn't need more digital natives. It needs bridge builders. It needs translators. It needs leaders who understand both what technology can do and what humans need. That's us. Now, here's what I want you to do. First, download the Shield Resilience Strategy Guide. It's free, it's comprehensive, and it will help you build the sustainable resilience you need to lead through transformation. Link is in the description. Second, drop a comment and tell me, what's the biggest AI challenge you're facing in your organization right now? I read every comment, and your questions shape future episodes. Third, if this episode gave you value, share it with another leader who needs to hear this message, especially a fellow Gen X leader who might be feeling overlooked in the AI conversation. Let them know their experience isn't a liability, it's their greatest asset. And make sure you're subscribed, because on Thursday we're diving into predicting the unpredictable, AI-powered turnover prevention. We're going to talk about how AI can help you see employee turnover coming 3 to 6 months before it happens and what you can do about it. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. For deeper frameworks on all of this, grab your copy of High Value Leadership: Transforming Organizations Through Purposeful Culture. Links in the description. I'm Che Blackmon. Remember, you were built for this revolution. Unlock your potential, empower your teams, transform your culture. See you Thursday.